All right, guys, we are back with another Animez Podcast. I know it's been a while. It's been what, like 2 weeks since I said I was gonna have um another guest on the podcast. Oh yeah, so here's what happened. So that definitely didn't work out. So me and James, our schedules are entirely different, especially with our jobs and stuff. So it was actually way harder than I anticipated it to be, to actually get on the same page as him and have our timeline up so that we could record this actually. So yeah, it's probably gonna take quite a bit more time, and James is probably not going to be an option for quite a while now. But I am shopping around and trying to find people to fill in that spot. So hopefully next podcast we'll have somebody that's on that can talk with us about anime and have discussions, and we can have like some really interesting talks. Like I said before in one of my previous episodes, my aim is to make this as conversation like as possible. I don't want it to feel like a podcast. I want it to feel like you guys are listening in on a conversation between friends. Um, I think that would make the overall vibe of this podcast a whole lot more genuine, and I would think it would make everybody feel just more comfortable. It's like you're just sitting there with your friends, just chilling. It's a chill vibe. That's all it's ever gonna be. So, um, anyway, yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. On YouTube, our actual podcast that we uploaded previously have been getting some hits. People said they liked it. So that's why it kind of broke my heart to not be able to get people on to actually record with me, especially since this isn't just Dragon Ball Z based, which is what a lot of people expected me to do, since I know a lot about Dragon Ball Z. Actually, it probably would have been smarter to just go the Dragon Ball Z route, but I don't just watch Dragon Ball. I enjoy way more anime than just Dragon Ball, and I like to be in on those conversations. Just because I'm a Dragon Ball page on Instagram doesn't mean I can't have opinions on other anime. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right to it. So uh, let's talk about Aaron Yeager. So as you guys know, season 4 of Attack on Titan has been phenomenal. Like it's been really really good. Um, Aaron Yeager is a menace. He he's something else. He's a menace to society, guys. I promise you. He's probably one of my favorite characters right now. So one of the funniest things I've seen in like the past week is actually Aaron beating the literal dog turds out of Armin. Like, they were having a conversation, and before we get into this, actually, let me pause this. Let me pause this. Let me pause this. Let me pause this. Spoiler alert, because we're talking about anime. Anyway, um, so Aaron, Armin, Mikasa, and I think Gabby were all at the table talking about, I forgot what they were talking about, but Aaron was there basically telling them off, telling them about themselves, telling them about how they're slaves and how they're like traitors and how they're done. Like literally every insult of the book, this man throws at them. And not only does he do that, so when he tells Mikasa basically that he's hated her ever since he's known her, which is pretty harsh considering how Mikasa feels about him and everything that she's done. She goes to like extreme lengths to satisfy this man Aaron and protect him. But she talks trash about him, or he talks trash about her. Sorry, he talks trash about her like a dog. Like he just like squats down and just. So yeah, so Armin gets fed up and he kind of like jumps over the table and like first he tries to hit him, and then Mikasa stops him, which is basically proving Aaron's point about what he said about Mikasa. I guess he was saying that she like mindlessly protects him or has always mistaken him as the person that she needs to protect. And so after that, Armin gets back up and he hits Aaron in the face, right? So I'm like, oh, Aaron about to give this man, or yeah, I'm like, Armin about to give this man Aaron the hands. No, no. So basically, what Aaron does is he tells Armin, he's like, yo, so there's a reason I never fought you. And then he just like starts weaving this man's punches, and he just starts he gave this man like a couple of 1-2 combos. Y'all ever seen Creed? Like y'all ever seen when Ivan Drago was just dropping people with hands? That's or not Ivan Drago, Ivan Drago's son. I forgot what his name was, but he was just dropping people with hands. Yeah, that's the type of hands that Aaron he got. He got like Rocky hands. He got Apollo Creed hands. That man, he like bloodied Armin's face up so bad that like I don't know. He's barely recognizable. If I would have like tuned in after the actual fight, I would have thought that was some other character. Like he actually beat the little like he did man's dirty, which is pretty bad. I think I don't know. Aaron's taking a turn for the worst. Not as a character, but as a person. Morally, he's taking a turn for the worst. He has some of the most amazing character development I've ever seen in a show. Um, man, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about him. And that was what the previous episode. That's not even the most recent episode. The most recent episode was actually some Heat too. But if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna let you guys go watch it. I won't do any more spoilers. My bad. Um, just know that Aaron's ready. Aaron's about to mess some people up. So yeah, tune into Attack on Titan. Everything up there is looking really really good. It's God tier. God on Titan. God on Titan. Um. Anyway, moving on. In other news, I guess old news, we can talk about Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Super is still not in works, or we haven't had any announcements for a movie or an anime. Um, I had my theories about Dragon Ball Super, and I initially said that I thought that they were going to wait until the manga got far enough along for them to announce a new anime or a new adaptation to the manga. But we're a good 60 chapters ahead now, and actually more than 60 chapters. We're probably getting closer to 75 chapters than we are 60. Yeah, we're quite a bit away from the actual ending of Dragon Ball Super, which is at the end of the Tournament Power, or I guess now it's at the end of Dragon Ball Super Broly. Um, yeah, still no announcements or anything. And at this point, I think we have enough chapters for the anime to consistently animate and the manga be able to keep its position ahead. And even if it does catch back up to the manga, just animate filler. But it seems like their focus is now more on Super Dragon Ball Heroes, which in my opinion isn't really the best business move. Dragon Ball Super or Super Dragon Ball Heroes is only really popular in Japan. So most of that fandom or that demographic they get is from Japan. Um, and I get that's where their bigger fan base is, but I mean, if they dropped Dragon Ball Super, they could have support from the U.S., support from France and Germany and whatever. People from outside of Japan, in my experience, actually really don't like Super Dragon Ball Heroes, and I've had that argument before about it being promotional anime and how people shouldn't really hate on it, but dude, geez, I mean, at this point, I'm getting tired of seeing Super Dragon Ball Heroes animated because we have all these what if stories and stuff, and some of them have really good fights and stuff. But you could be putting that money into Dragon Ball Super 2 or whatever we're gonna call it. So yeah, nothing new on that. No new video games or anything. I guess the biggest news with Dragon Ball Z is probably that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot just got a new DLC announcement for the future of Trunks. Other than that, there's literally nothing going on with Dragon Ball Z. Like it's stagnant right now, and I don't know if they're gonna do what they did like in between GT and Super. If you guys remember that long time span of like nothing from Dragon Ball, I hope they don't do that because I can't just sit by and just wait wait longer. So some older news. The Promised Neverland ended and it was quite terrible. So to all of those that I told to give it a chance, I apologize because that was horrendous. The actual storytelling was subpar at best. And the anime managed to outdo the manga in terms of writing a bad ending. It was just terrible. It almost felt like the author was like, "Hey, I don't even feel like doing this anymore. Let's just end it," and just decided to like pull something out of his butt. So I don't know what they were thinking, but it was pretty bad. I think that puts that in my top 10 worst anime. Actually, no, I can't even say it puts it in the top 10, but it's definitely one of the worst animes I've seen for sure. The manga is okay, bad ending still, but it's better than the anime by far, by far, by far, by far. So let's see. In other news, Kurama is dead. Well, I guess not dead. I don't think. According to the lore, the tail beasts can't die. They actually reform later on. They just kind of disappear for a while because they're pure chakra. But yeah, Kurama's gone. Naruto. I guess Masashi Kishimoto kind of like pulled one over on us. He kind of like psyched the heck out of the entire community because a lot of the community thought that Naruto was going to die. Because when Naruto initially unlocked Byron, which is his new form that he was using, the narration around the form was that the person that was using it was going to die, right? The person it like ran off of like life energy. Like after you used it, it killed you basically as you were using it. So I guess the entire community was like, "Oh man, like Naruto's death is coming. Like it's time for him to die. Like I'm not ready for this." And then as soon as the next chapter comes out, I was like, "Nope, Kuruma's dead." So Kuruma, I guess having a Biju extracted and then just dying out of your body is like something different somehow. Because even when I saw that happen, I was like, man, Naruto's still gonna die, right? Because his Biju is leaving his body, which has always meant death for Jinchuriki. But I guess the way he dissipated doesn't actually spell death for Naruto. So Naruto's just operating without Kurama right now, which, according to a lot of anime fans, it was the only reason Naruto was successful as he was. Where and that, I mean, there's some validity to that point. A lot of his fights he won because of Kurama, or because of the extra chakra that he supplied to him. So, um, being that he's had that crutch his whole life, I don't know how he's going to operate without him. Now, in other news, more important people have died. Sasuke um, lost his eye. I'm sorry, I almost choked up there. So the Sharingan, is gone. Boruto stabbed him in the eye. I don't even want to talk about that. For those of you that don't know, Sasuke is my favorite character in the whole show. Between Sasuke, Itachi, and Shisui, those are all. I know, ironic that all of my favorite characters are Uchiha, but those are all my favorite characters. And I mean, Shisui was already dead when we introduced the series, so I couldn't really be sad. Itachi, he died, and that wasn't too hard for me because I saw that coming. But Sasuke, man, I don't want to part ways with him just yet. And he just lost his most important asset. And I guess he still has the EMS in his other eye, but man, that's a huge nerf for Sasuke. A huge nerf. Huge, 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 huge. And it's not like he can just like make another one. Like, he got it from Hagomuro, however you say his name. I don't know, man. I'm about to cry. Like, I really want to cry. In other news, I'm not necessarily a fan of MHA, but a new season of MHA just got announced, and apparently this is supposed to be like really good. Like people are hyping this up to no end. Like people are so excited for this. Like I haven't seen a hype like this for a show since actually Attack on Titan season 4 got announced. That's when that's the only time I've ever seen something to amount to so much hype. Other than like Dragon Ball Super or whatever. But yeah. I guess another thing about Attack on Titan that I forgot to mention earlier is that apparently the last episodes aren't coming out until winter of 2022, which is quite a long time for us to wait for the last episodes of this anime. So I'm assuming that the last episodes are going to be something special. And for all of my Full Metal Alchemist fans, right now I'm calling it. This is my prediction. This is to include me because I still think that Full Metal Alchemist is probably the best anime of all time. To all of my Full Metal Alchemist fans, I would prepare by the winter of 2022 for it to be dethroned as the best anime of all time. I have a feeling that they are planning something huge, and that's why it's going to take so much time for them to actually release these episodes. It's going to be a hard year of waiting for sure, and hopefully they deliver. Because if they don't, this will go down as the biggest flop. It'll be. Can you imagine if Attack on Titan season 4 the ending was bad? All of this hype, all of this character building. Everybody loves Eren. Everybody loves Armin and Mikasa. Like the entire cast is loved. Like we have people having whole virtual funerals for Sasha. Like they're like the commitment to this community that this community has to this anime is uncanny to anything that I've seen in recent years. And if the ending is bad, not only is everybody that stands Attack on Titan going to be crushed, but that will be the biggest flop in anime history, bar none. Bar none. That will be, oh man. just like thinking about it, like, can you imagine the anarchy on social media if Attack on Titan is terrible? Like, if I was Attack on Titan fan and Attack on Titan is what got me into anime, I wouldn't watch anime ever again if Attack on Titan flops. Like, just being real with you. Like, think about it. Attack on Titan has put so many people onto anime. If the ending to that is terrible, like what? Oh man, yeah, that would be bad. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's hope that everything goes well with it, and hopefully, at the end of the day, it still goes down as one of the best animes of all time.